today, on behalf of the British Fashion Council and also the Colleges Council, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, so welcome. We talk about the importance of having an entrepreneur mindset when you're leading and starting up your business.
We are with the British Fashion Council talking to new and upcoming designers about how to get ahead in digital and turn that ultimately into sales.
So right from the beginning, ROKSANDA knew what the kind of wider world of ROKSANDA would look like, and that was translated into everything, and I would strongly suggest that that's what people do.
And it's really about meeting the buyers. Try also to be very prepared of making a statement about who you are. But at the same time, learn from buyers. If everyone picks up the same jacket, etc., then start also picking it up when people say what people like or what you sell. Selling your collection is like sending your child on holiday. Keep calling.
We have a really kind of quite complex world. We have to merge the very techie, sort of left brain side of our business where all the programmers are with the right brain where we've got a very creative team.
And every day it's becoming more and more difficult to reach our customers. Why? Because of this. People are kind of hanging around on the internet and they're looking at cats playing pianos rather than looking at your shop and trying to buy your product, or looking at your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed where you're trying to direct them to various things. You don't need a lot of money, you need time, and that's the kind of key thing.
Also, having a small team can be an advantage because you've got the authenticity of your own voice. The customer will buy into that authenticity and they'll see that that is you and not your social media agency doing the communication for you.
I love this shop because it just embodies, I think, where you are as new brands. It's actually the best time for new brands to be reaching out to your customers because you can all act like the surfer. Yeah, I mean, what does a surfer do? He kind of looks out for waves, he sees the kind of, it's changing, and then he kind of tries to tackle the best one, and then he falls off, and then he gets back on again, and all that kind of stuff. Massive brands can't do that.
If I was a young brand about to start online now, the key factors I'd probably think about are, first of all, looking at the market leaders in my sector.
There's bigger similarities between luxury in fashion and homeware and food, for instance, than there is within the fashion vertical itself.
Secondly, I would put a lot of focus on data.
All people mean when they're talking about data, they're really just talking about your customers, like who they are, where they are, how they shop, etc.
And last of all, I think putting a huge focus on mobile. I think mobile first in terms of e-commerce, especially with fashion, because the most spontaneous purchases are probably going to happen on there.
Don't always just focus on the sales at the heart of your company, like think about the experience, like delighting the customer, engaging them, making them become huge brand advocates, and then the sales will come and follow on from that.
If I were in that position and I was setting up a brand myself, I'd be taking a long time to really plan out what I'm going to do in those earned channels that I don't have to pay for.
Probably one of the most important things that I say to everyone is landscape content. It's the default kind of format for Facebook, for Twitter. There's a lot of fashion terms that I see a lot of the time. Things like piqué, intarsia, jacquard, beautiful, lovely words, but customers never search for them. So I think the thing is to try and find your theme so that customers can keep on relating to you.
It's quite nice there was a mixture of people that had already set up their brands and kind of had some really pertinent questions, and obviously the other people that aren't quite at that age yet where they could, I suppose, hear what those people are asking.
I don't know what level everybody's at in terms of what they're dealing with contracts, but they'll be a sort of key part of your business in the future. So really, what is a contract? Why even bother with a contract? What's the sort of the good things and the bad things?
We are a government organisation which is here to promote British businesses overseas, to help to support them in their exports, and ultimately to increase your sales. A current new-gen men designer who's recently sold to a store in Hong Kong, and they're asking him for certificate of origin for his goods. You know, he's never heard of this before, it's something new to him, so his first thought is to email me because I'm his international trade advisor, so I can give him guidance on where to go.
You know, it's always good for young brands to sort of hopefully network together, but also kind of get out of their day-to-day stuff, maybe think about where they want to get to and how they're going to achieve that.
I think it's so important that the BFC have events like this for young designers and brands so they can meet each other and sort of help each other problem solve and go through issues.
In this kind of day and age where we are right now, is everyone can kind of grow much rapidly, and I think having access to that information and having access to people who've done it before is kind of key.
If I was starting a brand now, I would definitely use the BFC. It's an incredible resource.